following contains adult language and poorly impersonates celebrity voices and parodies. Listener discretion is advised.
I know I'm not as sexy as some of the females that have been on here, but I just gotta say, the devil you know podcast makes me so moist.
Nice.
You guys want to know who that is?
That's just
I know who it is. He's a representative of the transgender community.
Close.
Did
He's
you
on the
just
Third
assume
Side
my
Network.
gender, sir?
Always.
Ladies
People are
and
gonna be
gentlemen,
yelling.
please welcome.
It's been 10 seconds
Adam's
into the
trying to
fucking
talk
thing. We're
one.
already gonna get yelled at.
Let Adam introduce you.
Yeah, Adam, what are you saying? What are you trying to
Yeah,
say?
shut the fuck up.
Who are you talking to?
I don't know.
Dorian?
I'm talking to you.
Talking to you, motherfucker.
Yeah. So today we have David Bates. He's the host of Dark Arts on the Third Side Network. He's a sideshow freak. He's a musician and just a badass motherfucker. So we're going to talk to him for a little bit. Welcome.
A BMF. What's happening?
I'm on the other side this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. People
You're
want to
in
know.
our house now.
People want to know who you are. Who the hell's this David Bates guy?
Shared the stage with him many times.
Did?
Yeah, we're old
Yes.
friends.
Nice.
Yeah, our bands used to play together all the time up in Chicago. Yeah.
All in the Midwest, all up in the Midwest, Indiana, Chicago. I don't know. Did we ever play St. Louis? I don't think we played St. Louis. Or no, yeah, we did play St. Louis.
Did we play there together? I don't remember.
We did play in St. Louis once.
Yeah.
I got a question.
I have
Did
an
you
answer.
did you ever have a butler and then he wouldn't call you David, he called you Master Bates?
He never hears that joke from me.
I've
or anyone.
never heard that before.
Had to be
That's
that
why
guy.
I would always joke, like in the bondage community and stuff. If you're like, like if it was Dorian Gray, be Master Gray, and I was like, I can never be a master because then you'd be Master Bates, and that just nobody can take you seriously.
Yeah. It wouldn't be unique because everybody masturbates.
You know,
Right.
they're all thinking
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
But
You're
the
not
master.
really fucking grumpy.
I don't know
What are
if
you
it makes
drinking?
spidey pajamas my size either.
What are you drinking?
It's water.
Ill.
Water. Just fucking water.
It's got electrolytes.
It's tasty.
You're drinking
Awesome.
a fish home. All right. So fresh back from the Devil's Reign. Did you have a good time down here, man?
I did. It was fucking awesome. I was really stoked to finally be at an event like that and check it out. And I did. I got some good footage. Some of it, the mic didn't really pick up some stuff, so we're gonna tweak and play with it. But we're messing with it now. I got a lot of the burlesque, so there's gonna be boobies on the show. And
Nice. Nice. Let's get thrown off of YouTube. That's great. That's great.
they got
Tassels.
pasties, so there's no areolas, so it's
Cool.
safe boobies.
Yeah.
Good.
It's ridiculous. No, yeah, it was a good time.
Nice.
Fun
A lot of
event.
people show up?
I had Dave. I gave him a seat right in front of Magus Gilmore, so for dinner. Introduced him to everyone.
A lot of people there this year? Same, more, less, what?
About 40
Yeah,
or
they,
50, I want to say. Something like
They
that.
they put in
Use your words, Dorian.
the Howl Gallery. They have this big area where they, like the first year it was just all art, but now they have a big old stage for bands. They have bands and stuff on a regular basis, so they've kind of had to take out a lot of the art, but the stuff that was there was fucking amazing, and the book is incredible. The stuff that's in it, so
I bet.
it was very, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Collect them all. Collect all the books.
Yeah, I believe Andy
Anyway.
found like 4. I'm sure they're probably sold by now, but he found like 4 of the first book.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm sure they're gone by now, though.
I've caught it.
Let's talk about you.
Yeah. Hey, look at that poster in the back. You guys see that right there?
That's not
That's,
a poster. That's a painting.
That's what I said.
Painting.
That's Alice Cooper right there, right?
We're not worthy.
That's awesome.
Cool.
You guys see it? It's
That
right
was
there.
done by Mr. Dorian Gray.
Dorian
Okay.
did that.
Yeah, I did.
Is it crooked or is it just me?
There's
Is it
actually one or two. There's actually one of me. He painted me like one of them French girls too. It was
I did,
fun
yeah.
posing for him.
Nice.
He's all like laying sprawled out. Shit.
Cool. How's
Let's
your
talk
water?
about music. Let's talk about the origins of Dave Bates and hard rock and heavy metal, and obviously the picture behind you kind of is going to talk about your roots a little bit.
Yeah.
Tell us about your
like,
roots, Kunta.
My roots. Well, my whole band, like my primary band is Sinister Fate. It's sort of like a horror rock metal theatrical band. So we wear a lot of the makeup and the contacts and all types of weird stuff. And my wife, she's a performer in the band with us, and she does a lot of the burlesque and the fire and the grinding, and we do a lot of sideshow. She'll do cheek spear and stuff like that. It's where you take like a giant needle and you just sort of pop it through your cheek. So we do stuff like that, and
Damn.
I've always been a
take
fan
to
of like.
heal after you do that?
What's that?
How long does that take to heal after you poke a hole in your cheek?
A couple days.
Really? Does it leave a scar?
Because it's such a tiny like needle, really, that it's like getting your ear pierced more or less. Like it's that small of a needle, but it pops through. I mean, you do get marks after a while just from the constant of doing it.
You look like Morgan Freeman.
A little bit.
Ving Rhames. Yeah.
She does narrate pretty well now. I don't know if maybe that has something to do with it. But
Gotcha. Took me a second. What?
Right.
True facts about the eye. Yeah.
So like I've always been like into like growing up. I was always into like Alice Cooper and Motley Crue and a lot of that. I grew up like I was very young, and I always hung out with my teenage sisters. So like I got exposed to a lot of the like 80s metal and stuff like that because they always used to watch me all the time.
Yeah.
And like that and like horror movies like were always a constant with me. Like I remember watching like 5-6 years old. Like this is going back a ways for a lot of people. Like on NBC, they used to have Friday Night Videos, which is sort of like their top 10 video countdown thing that they used to do, and they show like the 10 top popular videos, and then afterwards,
I am the warrior. Yeah, I remember that.
That
shit.
fucking song is amazing. I remember watching the Prince video, the Prince When Doves Cry video, and like being very confused and just having no idea what the hell is going on, and and then after the videos they would play horror movies. So
You will, my stomach. Sorry.
Yeah, it trembles inside.
So that was very influential for you. What do you do in the band?
I sing and play guitar.
Okay.
At the same time?
Depending on the song. Like some songs it doesn't need a rhythm guitar really. Like mostly it's just added crunch to it, depending on the song. But mostly it's mostly lead singing, and then like I said, if like you're a song, man, we could put a little more balls into it. It's like, all right, I'll play guitar on this one then.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
Only
just
if it's needed.
that band. I mean, you play every other instrument also. I know you play drums for your other band, so.
And then I'm actually in another band. It's like an original / cover band. It's called Proudest Angel. And I play drums in that band. It's actually my first band ever. Like we started that in like 1999, I want to say. And we broke up for a while, then we got back together. So we're a lot older now and a lot more sort of more mature now.
Yeah.
I was gonna say more mature, but no, not really.
Did you ever play the skin
Not
flute?
really.
I don't know where I'm going with it. Just forget it. Forget it. Let's show one of your videos from Sinister Fate, man.
Yes, go for it.
Yeah.
Which one are you playing first?
That one.
This
Beep.
one. Oh.
In 3, 2, 1.
Thank What's your pleasure? What's on your mind? What kind of naughty thoughts am I gonna find? I'll take forever to know your skin. Loud and proud, I love you, Satan! Hail to the sinner! Hail to the sinner! Hail to the sinner! Hail to the sinner! You love the thought of my hands on your throat. You get so wet when I make you choke. You wish to know what a sinner is worth. Tell me how bad you want this to hurt. Hail to the sinner! Hail to the sinner! Hail to the sinner! Hail to the Hail to the sinners! 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 Hail
Nice. That's cool,
David
bro.
Bates, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, man.
Why, thank you.
Yeah, wild.
Fun little video.
So,
A lot of angry eyes. It's all about the context and the angry eyes. That's what it's
yeah.
about.
You must
And
have like
makeup.
girls throwing panties up on the stage, man. Come on.
Girls
He
and
pays them, too.
guys. I get both. So
Did you ever like
I've got
rip off?
options, I guess.
Did you ever like rip off your underwear and like wring them out into a girl's mouth in the audience? Dude,
I haven't done that yet. No, not
I
yet.
love
I mean,
that.
because when you're a singer and you're up there and you're like, it's like a 30-40 minute set. Like it's just, there's just funk.
The more the
it's just-
better. Yeah.
Especially with like the leather clothes and the
Oh, it's terrible.
yeah.
Yeah.
Girl wants to go down on you. It's like, oh, honey, really, you really, really don't want to do that.
I like you too much to let you do that.
I want to respect.
That's why you gotta have groupies that you don't respect.
Yeah. Go for the fat
It's
ones.
just,
They,
it's just a funk.
don't
I
care.
can't even describe.
he carries like Summer's Eve wipes in his pocket, so he could like. Right.
Oh, I used to carry Axe with me just to, after a show, I'd be like, oh,
Of course.
fuck. All right, now I can smell somewhat decent.
Awesome.
Because when you got people talking to you, it's just like they're sitting there talking, you're just like, oh yeah, no,
Oh,
that's
man.
me. Sorry, it's me.
Shit, that sucks.
When did the freak show stuff start? When did
Yeah.
you was that just something you slowly added into your show and just said, hey, I think I'll do this in a club just for fun?
I've always been a fan of the burlesque and sideshow and stuff like that, and I always wanted it incorporated into the music, like to make it as a part of the show. That way, I was always on to theatrics. I love theatrics and stuff stuff of that nature. Like I said, like Alice Cooper. Like if I could find a way to cut my head off, I would definitely do that. That would be fun.
I hate when that happens.
So I just wanted to start implementing all that, and we had people perform with us before, like in the very start, and then my girlfriend, then who became my wife, she performed with us a lot, doing all the fire and stuff. It just grew, and we just started trying to add more theatrics and more like what else can we do, and we've as actual sideshow performers, like we have a bed of nails, we do like the cheek spear, fire eating, fire breathing, grinding. What other stupid human tricks do we do? We staple things to ourselves. We do human blockhead.
You super glue your penis to your belly button. That old chestnut. Right?
Sometimes.
Wait.
If it's warm enough.
You do that when you have sweaty balls and leather pants. Doesn't work.
It's hard to do in winter in Chicago also.
Yeah, usually around this time we just we don't play shows in the winter just because.
Somebody get the fluffer in here.
Look at the size of that clit. Yeah.
It's terrible doing shows in the wintertime here. That's why we don't do them. Unless it's like
I always hated that. Especially
like
load
opening
in.
for a national act or something, like I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Even
those, it's like the minute you're done, they're throwing your shit out the door, in the cold snow. I don't miss that at all, buddy. Sorry.
So what do you do exactly for
stacks and just
What do you do for the freak show stuff? Like, what are some of the things that can you do something on the show? That's what I'm
do something for us.
Yeah, I'm looking for something.
It just so happens I have something right here.
Oh, you were gonna do something sweet.
It's like it was almost like it was planned or something. But
dance monkey. No, I'm kidding. Just do something.
Well, we got a nice little nail here.
Oh.
Okay.
I gotta make sure to lube it up.
Oh.
Let's see if I can.
Bit or blood.
Make sure you get the staph infection off of it, right?
Oh god, dude.
No. Wait. Come down a little bit into the camera. Closer. Yeah, right there, dude. Right there.
Oh my god.
Hey, can I air this if he kills himself on the show?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It fell out. I lubed it up too much.
Okay. It didn't go in though.
Do it again.
It was like that far out.
I don't even need the hammer. Oh, the hammer does help the effect.
Oh shit. Be careful. Move your right hand. Use your. Oh boy. Yep. Oh. Does that tickle?
You ever lose a nail?
You could sneeze and kill your friend.
Then you gotta.
Oh.
Pull it out like that.
Wow, dude. Could you hammer it through your tongue right now?
No, I had to take my tongue piercing out.
Can you, at this point, can you just call your doctor and say, I need some antibiotics sent to the pharmacy? And he'll be like, fuck it, all right. You don't need to come see me.
No, we sterilize everything beforehand, and we have a lot of alcohol.
With spit?
Oh no, we take alcohol swabs.
They just lick it off.
Fucking.
That's all the pre-prep work.
Watch this. See this? Oh,
Dude.
I fucked it up. Corn. I'm like, watch this.
Oh man.
No. Oh man.
We've talked about doing sword swallowing, so that should be. I don't know if we can do it, or I don't. My wife can't do it because she had some surgery done where she had half her stomach removed. So that type of sword swallowing act is not in her.
So I guess yet. What America wants to know, Dave, is do you swallow then?
Yeah.
I have not tried the sword swallowing yet.
I've got a gag reflex.
I do. I got a bad gag reflex. It's just ain't gonna work.
Tip of the tongue. He's like, oh, yeah.
I'm sure with practice I could figure it out.
I don't think I'd want to practice that hard. It would just not matter that much to me.
Well, we do all that. I do stilt walking actually too. I do that now. Which
I
is
gotta
fun.
know though, have you ever like truly fucked yourself up doing a skit?
Have you ever
Like
truly
where you're
fucked
like, I need to
yourself?
go to the hospital. I should probably go to the hospital.
I had nothing to where I've had to go to a hospital, knock on wood. But I have I've burnt myself. I've with the grinder. If you like go on like my profile pic, you see pictures of me like shooting giant sparks off my chest. You take like just a regular circular grinder and you put it to steel and sparks. So we were doing like a little tour. We were in North Carolina, and like the first song, first thing right out of the gate, I get ready to like do the sparks. I lean back, and I feel like the grinder like hit my hand. I'm like shit, and I pull it away real quick. It was literally on there for maybe like 5 seconds, but like my entire hand was all like I don't know if you can even really see the scar honestly, but like I got myself pretty good. There's a big gash in there. Blood was, like I didn't really know how to gauge how bad it was until I looked down, saw my hand covered in blood. I'm like, oh. And that was like the first song in, so I'm like, we've got another 30 minutes to go. All right.
What'd you do? Did you just duct tape it up and keep going?
I just kept going. I'd wipe it off occasionally, and then after we finished,
Flinging on the crowd.
Damn straight. Keep
Go
going.
at the people.
Yeah.
Try theatrics. You love it. It's fake. Trust
Ever
me.
forward.
Actually, I do have a funny story about my band. We've also done I do suspensions and like hook, like where you put the hooks in your back and you get hoisted up however high. And I've done like energy pulls is sort of the same thing where you put the hooks in but you're grounded, so like somebody's pulling the ropes while you're trying to go forward. So we did this I purposely wanted to make sure the audience saw what we were doing, because usually when you do the hook gimmick, you do it backstage, you put the hooks in, you get all the prep work done. I'm like, no, I want to do it on stage in front of everybody. So my peers was like, all right, yeah, let's scare some people. So I sit down and I have my back to the audience and we're putting the hooks in me, and some people are getting disgusted and walking away. And like after our set, somebody actually says, oh, that's fake. That's fake blood. That's totally fake. You can see where the packets were.
Oh, Jesus.
There's a special kind of stupid out there.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Screw them.
So
You had people walk away. It was fairly disgusting. Although,
some people
I do
just
know,
were like, oh,
I do remember years ago, and actually the way this was done was pretty clever, but years ago I saw Manson was at Ozfest, and a buddy of mine had like backstage passes and stuff, and he got his seats way up front, and it was the tour where he had the two girls in bikinis that the bikinis were flesh colored and had like the fake nipple and the genitalia and everything on it. And the girl got on all fours on the stage, and Manson took his microphone and he put it inside her bikini, and like so he's like singing into her ass. Well, within a week, I heard, of course, the rumor mill had started, and I had people coming into my shop going, I saw Manson, he shoved a microphone right in her ass, and I'm like, no, he did it, So I mean, it's people will believe anything, even if so. You could probably do something fake and still freak out just as many people.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's just like the rumor that he was like the kid from the Wonder Years, and he had his ribs removed, and every sort of nonsense you could think of. Always
believe everything and anything, man. There's a group out there doing like things that they're claiming to be satanic, and they're not, and people believe that it is. It's so weird, dude.
Yeah,
they show up at your shows, don't they? Did they show up at your shows? The pseudo groups? I know there's a chapter in Chicago, right?
There is a chapter in Chicago, and I've had the pleasantries of running across them a couple of different occasions. I was doing stilt walking for this one show the show was called Satanic Panic, and it was basically themed towards the 80s Satanic Panic. Like, so every performer did a song that was on the fucking dirty list. So that was the theme, which I thought was a pretty cool theme. Just like to take each of the songs that was featured on that list and like do a burlesque performance or something too. So they had their table set up, and they were selling their T-shirts and their patches, and they were giving away the Hot Topic hot cash and all that stuff, and they're just to me they're just the Hot Topic version of Satanism. They're all flash and no substance.
Yep. When they were in my town, they were pretending to be the Church of Satan. It was really funny. I called them out.
Yeah, no shit.
And they ran like little bitches.
For the first year, the year before, that I heard that because a friend of mine who did photography, he's like, oh yeah, I heard the Church of Satan was at this and that, the Chicago chapter, and I'm like, I'm sorry, what? The Chicago chapter of who? Oh, the Church of Satan. I'm like, oh,
you heard
were
wrong.
they? I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
There's no chapters. Yeah.
So I contacted the person who does the Satanic Panic, the whole thing. I contacted her. I was like, hey, so I heard the Church of Satan was there with the Chicago chapter. And she's like, oh no, it was the other guys. And so I'm like, okay, you might want to tell them that they should specify who they are. That may be helpful. Because it's obviously people who don't know think it's us and not somebody else.
Well, I mean, the good thing about it is, I mean, if it's real to you, you're going to do a little bit of reading and investigation. So they're probably really only getting the dumb ones anyway, and that's all right.
They are. I have somebody I'm acquaintance with who joined them that day actually. She came up to me. She's like, "Guess what? I'm a member of the TST." I'm like, and I wasn't like, I had a couple drinks, so I was just very venomous that night. And without even thinking, I was like, she goes, "Oh, I'm a member now." I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And she's blank face, like, "What? Why are you sorry?" I'm like, "Because you were easily swayed by stupidity."
Yeah.
And she just didn't know how to respond back. I'm like, it's just, just dealing with them. I'm like, all right. So unfortunately, I have to come across them in my circle. They're there.
Sure. Yeah, you're gonna run into them.
Yes,
I know. Just recently, there's an Illinois thing where they put up some statue thing or something, like down around here, something like that, like a giant fist, which I.
What?
Yeah, it's like the statue's like a fist or something that I'm just like, that's a
black power.
I just don't get what they're going for, man. There's like a pedophilic statue with kids. Now they're fisting. What's going on over there, man?
This thing is like just like a hand or a fist, like holding something, or just like that. I'm just like, why?
Was the fist like this? Because then it's. I get it.
It had like a marker right here because that's where they take it to.
It was
apparently.
like this.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
2 in the pink and 1 in the stink. Okay.
So yeah, unfortunately, I have to run across them. But
what kind of future projects you got coming up?
Yeah, what are you gonna do, dude?
What are we doing? We're right now. Sinister Fate is we're writing a new CD. We're going to be recording relatively soon. We're sort of like in the pre-production work of like getting the timing down and the beats per minute and all that, all the technical stuff. And we're going to have a couple guest stars on the CD.
Nice.
What? Who?
Well, it just so happens one of them is on the show right now. Mr. Dorian Gray, actually.
What?
We somehow got him out of retirement.
Nice.
Okay, we'll see.
So he'll be guest starring on the song. So that'll be cool.
Is he gonna be
It's like
singing
the old
or
days.
playing?
Nice.
Playing or singing?
Singing. I got here. Right?
Be like
That's what-
reminiscing,
You're like,
reminiscing the old
right?
days. Yeah,
Remember?
Yeah.
I know we were drinking that night, but you remember? Well, it's a one-fold.
Yeah.
But so we'll be releasing a new CD next year, and then Proudest Angels. We already recorded. We're doing mix down and stuff like that, but we're taking our time with that because my bass player of that band, he just had a kid, so he's enjoying being a father now, and And it's funny because he's like, oh yeah, I'll have the kid, and I'm just, we're totally gonna be doing music still, and we could practice in my house still. And I'm like, oh,
sure.
Oh, you're so
You
cute.
poor sucker.
You're so cute. Yeah. We can do anything, man.
My question: does your wife know this?
Yeah.
Have you discussed this with her?
I'll run it by her later. Yeah.
Oh, she's totally fine with it.
All right. Well, good, man. I hope it works out. That's cool.
And just more sideshow performing, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, we'll definitely be doing a lot more performing. And I know my wife, I'm not performing, but I'm going down with her. She just got booked for something in New Orleans.
Sorry, my headphones broke up. You said you're going down on her?
Yes, constantly.
Oh, cool. Tell us about that.
Yeah, she's performing in New Orleans next year. She got on a really cool show, so I'm going to go down there with her. Help her out, be her helper.
Oh, man. Cool.
Right on.
So your wife obviously knows that you're a Satanist.
Yes.
How about anyone else in your
fairly
family?
devious herself.
She is. Everybody pretty much knows. I'm a very public person, so it's like, everything's sort of out there. It's just sort of there. So everybody knows. Like my family knows, and my family was never like my sister. She's a born again. My other siblings, they're Christian, but I don't get any hassle or shit from them. Or I'm like, this might be surprising, but I'm the black sheep of the family. I know this.
No.
It's crazy to think that, but they sort of look and they just sort of go, oh yeah, that makes sense. They
Classic David. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he staple things to himself, whatever. Why do you do that? Well, because they pay me a lot of money to do that. That's why. But growing up, like my parents were never religious, like at all. Like
Didn't they send you to Catholic school?
They did. They did, just because.
Hold on, let's ask you. Wait, you're going too fast. Did your parents ever send you to like Catholic school or anything? We're asking the questions. Yeah.
I went to a Catholic high school. Just because it was better than going to the public schools that are around here, because the public schools all have metal detectors and full armed security, and they just felt it would have been a safer bet to just send me to a Catholic high school.
I got a theory. Like all the Catholic schoolgirls, I had like sexual relations. Catholic schoolgirls, more so than like regular schoolgirls. So is it true? I mean, they're fucking nutty, right?
So the ones that I encountered, they were pretty out there.
Yeah.
Because I went to an all boys school, and next door to us was an all girls school.
Right.
So we were next door to each other, and like I know the nuns at the all girls school were like, you stay away from all those boys over there. They're all they want is one thing, and they're just read them the riot act.
We want two things. Yeah. I hear you.
Avoid all those boys. All they want to do is get in your pants, and
they're not. The nuns thought that they were warning them. They were enticing them. That's what they're doing. They're tempting them. Don't go near them. Those boys want to do fun things with you that make you feel good. Don't do that. Like, yeah, okay, great. I mean, when do we go over there? Yeah.
Right.
And that goes along like with my whole thought on when the Satanic Panic thing happened, and they're like, all right, we're gonna put little stickers on the CDs to warn. It's like all you did was just make let's see, don't want it.
You tell me which albums are best to buy.
You know exactly which CD to buy. Like you didn't help. You just.
Yep.
Or you didn't hinder. You helped more.
The same thing's happening today, man. We got these Antifa, SJW, feminist, crazy. I don't know what the hell's going on out there. But everything that they complain about is the coolest shit. Like, it's crazy. It's just pushing people.
They are the new church ladies.
Yeah.
There's a great book written about it.
Yeah, they're directing people to the cool shit.
They are. And
I've known a few ladies that look just like the lady on the cover, too.
Yeah. Did you fuck her?
Look it up.
Pornhub?
Adam fucked the church lady. Yeah.
No, I didn't fuck the church lady.
You're a liar.
But yes, so I went to a Catholic high school, which sort of explains.
Back to you, David. Yeah.
Sort of explains a lot of things. Like, it explains plenty.
Yeah.
Like and like I said, it was just my parents they just wanted to send me to some place that was better than what was honestly the public high schools, which are complete shit out here. But
they're complete shit everywhere.
They are. But yeah, like the ones that after I got kicked out of the Catholic high school, I went to the one.
Wait, hold on, don't go over that. Why'd you get kicked out, man? What happened?
Yeah, why'd you get kicked out?
I did not fit the aesthetics of Holy Cross High School, and right around this time, I think is when Columbine happened. So a lot of my.
So they were.
It was right around that time.
Like, oh shit!
He owns a trench coat.
Read the signs.
There's like me and maybe 5, 6 of my friends. We all wore trench coats. We all wore black jeans.
We're on the no-fly list. Yeah, totally.
We, like at our school, you had to wear a collared shirt, so we wore flannel shirts because they're collared. So, but we would have them, and we'd have them open a little bit, and we'd have like our Slayer shirt showing or whatever shirt we had on at the time, and so we got singled out pretty fucking quickly.
And they gave you the boot. Wow, interesting.
Yeah, I was failing theology anyway, so failing theology and math.
Something that the religious organization is, if you make something taboo to a kid, make it forbidden, they're going to seek it. So it's a simple lesser magic, and they just don't get it.
That's how I discovered heavy metal. Was when I was a kid. Like every year, this group would bring a movie to our church, and it would be to warn parents about all the satanic things that were in heavy metal music. And the movie just featured all these bands, and I remember the first thing on the screen was like you'd hear AC/DC's Hell's Bells. So it's like these guys introduced me. The church taught me about the best bands to check out. So
yep, same here. There was a movie called Hell's Bells, wasn't it?
It might have been. I don't know exactly, but yeah.
But think about it, they're just doing what their God has done in their own book. He said, don't eat this forbidden fruit, which looks fucking awesome and succulent.
Yeah,
so that's the one to eat then.
Right.
Exactly.
Thanks.
And like I was failing theology not because like I was honestly like, and this is what the thing that really turned me off to Christianity in general is just I would ask just honest, innocent questions. Like I wasn't being malicious in asking questions, and you're just like, no, don't ask questions. I'm like, I just want to. I'm just trying to.
It's not just Christianity or Catholicism, man. People that are doing crazy, weird, stupid shit or dumb shit, they don't like free thinkers. They don't want people to ask questions. No. Don't dig. Don't question the authority, or you'll be.
Or as I've experienced, we've all experienced, is that the minute you just want to offer an opposing view in conversation, you'll be labeled a hater. That way they can shut you up, which doesn't really work for us.
How dare you?
Don't really care. I'm a hater.
You're fucking up my story thing that gets me. Yeah, you're fucking up my story.
Yeah.
With your truth.
Like I said, I was never trying to be malicious. I would just ask, like Adam and Eve. I'm just like, my question would be, I'm trying to think, like I was like, I'm like, well, like inbreeding leads to defective, you can grow another, it's bad for human genealogy.
Not in Eden.
It's bad, inbreeding is bad, it's been proven. I'm like, but. So if there's just 2 people and then they had a bunch of kids, wouldn't that lessen their intelligence and and I would just get in trouble for just stupid questions that I'm just like, I'm just trying to understand where you're coming from here.
There was paintings of Adam and Eve, and I'm like, how come Adam has a belly button? Yeah. Or Noah, there's 2 male lions. How do we have lions?
Right.
It's so weird.
Why is Jesus white? He lived in the desert.
Right.
Yeah, what was a Mexican guy doing in the middle of the desert over there? Like, how did he?
Right. He must have got sunburned a lot.
So wait, let me get this straight. They're in the Middle East, and there was dudes named Luke, John. Wait, where the hell did Luke and John? Mark?
Matthew.
Where did these guys come from? Is that like a? Matthew
sense.
is that like a cut down version of his name? Is like don't ask questions. All right.
Yeah, well.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, so I got booted out. So that'll teach me.
So anyway, but now your family, they know, and they don't really
know.
care.
No, nobody really says it. Nobody says anything like negative towards me, or even honestly, I don't even really think they acknowledge it. Like they don't really like. It's best not to poke the bear, I guess, or I don't know. They don't really. They just
don't ask questions.
They don't care. It's just I'm me, and that's pretty much it.
Cool. That's cool. Not a lot of people can.
So, did you discover the Satanic Bible in Catholic school?
Don't read this.
I knew of it in Catholic school. Like, a couple people would pass it around, and I never really read it. Like, I've never really been denominational in any way, shape, or form. I never followed anything, never believed in anything. I just never, and none of it ever appealed to me. And then how I got into Satanism was I actually heard a podcast that Dorian did. And this is going on, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 years ago, something like that. He did a podcast, and he talked about all his upbringings and everything like that, and just.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so like I was just like, I'm curious now. So I messaged him, and I'm like, so I'm a little curious. He's like, read the book. All right.
I don't feel like
asking me questions.
Explaining it. Don't ask questions.
He's like, just read the book, reread it again. So I read it like 2 or 3 times before, it really, like it sunk in, and it was like, I know, from hearing your show, it seems to be the thing where everybody goes, aha. And that was, my aha moment was reading and going, shit, this is everything that my point of views have always been. I'm like, I wish I would have fucking read the book sooner, but, religion, when I was younger, just for me, I just had no interest in any of it.
Yeah.
Just any religion, period. But now reading it now, I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah.
So,
sure.
Young Dave was stupid Dave, so that's fine.
That's the point of being young, right?
Doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
Yep, get it out of your system.
Now you get paid to do stupid shit.
Nice.
Now I get paid to do stupid shit.
Look at you. Look at you now. Well, David, I got a question.
Man.
What does Satan mean to you?
It means freedom to ask questions, to not be held back or held down by people who think less. There's so many people who think they have an answer and they think they know better than you. And they're so closed-minded that they don't want to reach further. They're happy in their little bubble, and they don't want to go any further. And they don't want to, to me, it's just, to question things. Why is this? Why not that? Why? So to me, it's freedom.
The theme we've been on lately.
Yeah.
And especially nowadays, everybody's so fucking uptight, and it's just like you can't, like, God forbid you say anything, even the wrong thing of something, somebody's gonna jump on you and fucking start, how dare you say
Baby,
this?
it's cold outside.
Oh my me, that's crazy.
Have you seen the PC version yet?
It's hilarious, yeah.
Oh fuck, is there really?
It's funny. It's a joke. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah.
Well,
it's good.
Magistrate E. Grain wrote an essay. You guys all read it if you haven't. Baby, it's stupid outside.
Yeah.
Read it.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I got into an argument online. Not really an argument, but just like this friend of mine on Facebook was posting about how, like, this is white power. This is white. And I'm just like,
hey, that's buckwheat.
I'm like, what? I'm like, okay. So he's like, oh yeah, because it's, the white power, like the W. I'm like,
I heard so many things about this. It was the 666. Like, oh man.
Now it's white power.
Now it's white power. It means white supremacy, and he was posting all these. What started it
like
was
this. If it's a little tighter, it's like tight butthole.
Exactly. And what started was like he posted some picture of all these cops who were like they were doing the circle game where you do like this.
Oh yeah,
you gotta get your finger in there.
The circle game.
Yeah.
And he posted the picture and like there's some of the cops doing that. I'm like at first I'm like you got me, okay, all right, fair enough. And then he started going on the thing about like, oh, it's white power and they're acknowledging the white race and this and that. I'm like,
oh my god.
So you didn't get me, ha
like yeah. No, it's the fucking circle game. Well, yeah, it could be depicted that, but there's all these politicians in power right now. They're all doing this, and I'm like, Jesus. And I go, okay, what about the minorities and all the others that are doing this too? Are we assuming they're white power too? It's like, well, that's
okay.
It's like I'm sitting there and violently like, I'm like, do you realize how fucking stupid this argument is?
Artists? What about the African American hip hop and rap artists that do this in their pictures?
I didn't know they do that.
They're all doing crazy shit. Jay-Z was doing the thing that LeVay was doing with the pyramid thing. So they're all for the white power thing. People are fucking dumb, dude.
Yeah, see, I know that symbol as the diamond cutter because I watch wrestling. So
diamond cutter.
That's a symbol for the diamond cutter.
That's a symbol of vagina.
Well,
that's vagina, dude. When I was growing up.
Just the nonsense of this being white power, this, and then I'm just like, so I just started poking at him. I'm just like, I'm like, oh, you know what? I mean, how do you think about it? I'm like, John Cena, he does this, right? He does that, which for him is hustle, loyalty, respect. That's his gimmick. But he's like, John Cena does this. The Dudley Boys, they're wrestlers. They do this for their sign to 3D, but maybe they're white power too. And then I go, wait, Donald Trump is inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame. There's the connection, huh? You see that? There it is.
He ate it up, right? He ate it up.
I'm like, do you realize how stupid this argument sounds? Yeah. Like, it's just fucking stupid. It's like, this is the international sign for A-OK. When they do scuba diving to let somebody know that, hey, is everything okay? You go like this to them underwater to let them know you're fine.
Not anymore. Like, you can be drowned. Yeah.
Cave diving. White power.
The stupidity that just goes on. And the thing, and where that's like this whole symbol thing started was on some fucking website that people can post things anonymously. So that's where so I'm like, so you're basing your information off a website where people post it anonymously. You don't even know who posted it.
No.
Am I the only one who sees like that's stupid? Like that doesn't make any sense?
All right, man. This has been a great show. Oh, we learned that people are fucking stupid. Don't ask questions.
David. And this is what Satan means to you.
Yeah. This is what Satan means. Freedom. White freedom. Wow.
All right.
Just wow.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, America, until we see you again, Otay.
Otay.
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
Later.